Beer a Day with TK. It's been a couple days since I did a video. Unfortunately, I had the flu, so I was laying on the sofa out of it for a few days. But I'm feeling better now, so I think it's probably time to do some catching up and make a few makeup videos here. So Tuesday was the last day that I did a video, so the next one I should have done would be a WTF Wednesday. Anderson bought this beer up to me from Cleveland, specifically for a WTF Wednesday. So this is Baltika number 9, and of course he bought me the Extra Lager, or strong lager. So this is an 8% ABV lager. And what I did find was pretty cool about this, obviously Baltika is a global brand, they're from Russia, but what I did appreciate, when you look on the label, it says that it's actually brewed and bottled by Baltika Breweries in St. Petersburg, Russia. There's nothing more I hate than when you buy a beer, and one of the things about it's the novelty. So say something, like Foster's is Australian for beer, right? All this kind of stuff. And then you find out that it's really made somewhere in America. So this is actually still made in Russia. So, props for keeping it real and keeping the brewery where it's supposed to be. Now, if you go to the Baltika website, if you follow the original link, it takes you to it in Cyrillic, in Russian. If you kind of search for a little more, you can find it in English, and it shows you all the different beers that they have available. Now, I've seen a number of these Baltika beers over the year, and they all have like a number associated with them. So this one's number 9. I know I've had number 6 as the porter and a few others over the years, but when you did the search at the bottom, it looked like it went up to 99 different things they had. Some of them were soda, they had a bunch of alcohol-free beers, so I couldn't exactly tell what some of them were. Some were clearly beers because they're labeled as, porters and stuff like this, but others weren't. I couldn't tell if they were sodas or some kind of other malt beverages or what was going on, but it looks like Baltika has a really big line of products available. Now, it should be noted they are part of the Carlsberg group now, so obviously, worldwide distribution. It looks like they had 8 different breweries in Russia alone. And when I started looking through some of the beers just to see, which ones I had, like I said, there was a bunch of alcohol-free ones. Number 2 was a pale. Number 3 was called classic. Number 4 is original. Don't know what the difference between classic and original is, but that's some of the classifications they had. 6 was the porter, 8 was a wheat ale and stuff like that. So let's give this a shot. Again, 8%. This is 1 quart, 8.41 fluid ounces. No idea what that equals out to. I have some tasting notes here on the label of this plastic bottle. Beer from St. Petersburg, Russia. Slightly smoky and nutty. Golden color, malt flavor. Gold medal on the tasting session. So I don't know which gold medal it is, but it appears they've won a gold medal somewhere at a tasting session at some point in time. Very non-specific, not coming forward with the details there. All right, let's check it out. Going with the Herrenbrau glass today. This is one of the glasses that I picked up from that military surplus place in Pennsylvania. I think it's called Miller's or something like that. Let's check it out. Color, kind of straw. Trying to give it a little bit of a vigorous pour here to get some kind of head, but it doesn't really seem like it's happening. Actually not a bad color to it. Kind of straw color up here, looks a little amber. The head, kind of non-existent. Quite light, it's white, but it faded pretty quickly and doesn't look like it's anything substantial. Let's check out the nose. Pick up a bit of sweet grain. Almost has like an apple juice smell to it. For 8%, it doesn't smell boozy. I was expecting to pick up a bit of those kind of like booze esters, but you don't really get that. As to ratings, on Untapped, I think it's a 2.99. My default rating is a 3, so it's about there. Beer Advocate at 2.85, not terrible. But the aggregate score on Beer Advocate was a 67 of poor. So there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect, I guess, between the critics and maybe the general public. All right, let's go in. It's a bit syrupy. It's odd. The body is thin, but it has like that syrupy kind of taste to it, maybe like a honey kind of sweet taste. Sweet grain, sweet malt, not really much hops. You pick up a little bit of bitterness at the back end. I will say this, it hides the 8%. I don't think it tastes super boozy, but when you drink it, you kind of get a little bit of that the alcohol burn. After being sick for 3 days, the first beer I come back and try is an 8% Baltika Extra Lager. Probably not the wisest choice. Overall, I don't think this is a terrible beer for, I'm sure it's dirt cheap. 8%, if you were trying to get mangled, this would do the job. I'm looking at the tasting notes, slightly smoky and nutty. I don't know if I picked that up too much. I mean, just kind of tastes sweet. You get, like I said, you get a bit of malt, you get a bit of the sweet grain, maybe really light hops, but this isn't very good, to be honest. Baltika, number 9. Would I be drinking another one of these anytime soon? I don't think so. It's going to get the thumbs down. I don't think it's the worst beer I've ever had, but I certainly wouldn't go out of my way to pick up another one. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, please hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, jump in down below. If you've had any more of the Baltikas, let me know what you think of them. I know I had the Porter and a few of the others before. I didn't think they were bad. They were serviceable beers. This one being a strong lager, you know, I think you're kind of, the deck is stacked against you already. You know it's going to be kind of a high ABV, not particularly tasty beer. And this fits the bill for that. It's just not something I'm interested in. Hey, until next time, do svidaniya.